relevance feedback. Okay, so this is going to be a part of your seventh module. Okay, so in the last class we have seen about the topic modeling algorithm, especially we have seen about latent dry rich allocation, that is LD algorithm for topic modeling we have covered. Okay, so in that module, like module 6, like association rule mining, okay, and then topic modeling algorithm, and later part of certain topics I will be teaching in the upcoming classes. Okay, so now I'm moving into module 7, okay, which is relevance feedback and query expansion. Okay, so we'll see about what is this relevance feedback. For example, if you are trying to uh, if you are trying to search for certain keywords in Google, okay, you will get certain um, notifications like similar pages like this page that has been listed for you. Similar pages will be given to you. Okay, so when you are searching for certain keywords, okay, the search engine is going to list out certain top pages, okay, with which you can find some relevance about the topic that you are searching for. Okay, that is obvious that any search engine will do. Okay, so now the problem is, okay, based upon the popularity of the page, the pages will get recommended to you, will be listed, and it will be page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, page number 4. Okay, so like that you'll be having some 10 to 15 pages that Google will be recommending, and in each page there will be some 10 to 15 uh, websites. Okay, its links will be given to you where you can find the most relevant web page where you can find the content of the keyword that you are searching for. Okay, so this is a task of a web search engine. Okay, now the problem of this is, okay, this is called as information retrieval. You are searching for a keyword and the search engine is listing out the top 10 pages, and in the pages the content relevant to the keyword is going to get displayed. Okay, so this is called as information retrieval. Now the problem is, okay, now the problem is if you are searching for certain text based keyword, it is okay. Now what happens if you are searching for some multimedia data? Okay, now what is this relevance feedback? That is the topic that we are going to see for today's class. Okay, what is this relevance feedback? Based upon the content which is retrieved from the web search engine, okay, you are going to find the results of the initial query. Okay, you're going to find the results of the initial query, and you're going to give the relevance rating. Okay, you're going to give the relevance rating for the result. Okay, and based upon the relevance value that every results that you obtained, okay, the query is going to get modified. Okay, that is the concept of relevance feedback. You may have a question, have a doubt like how we can modify the query. Okay, I will show you how to modify the query itself. Okay, you're giving an initial query, you're getting some results, okay, and you are going to um, judge the result. You're going to purely judge the result as, okay, yes, this is relevant to my search. This is not relevant to my search. This is relevant to my search. This is relevant to my search. This is relevant to my search. all other items are not relevant to my search. Okay, all other things are not relevant to my search. Okay, you're going to take this two different judgment values. Based upon these judgment values, okay, we are going to fine tune your query so that for the next time if you're trying to search for the similar query, instead of using the initial query, you're going to make use of this fine-tuned query in order to exactly find only these relevant data. So how to do that? Okay, so you will take all the results which are relevant, okay, and you will see what are the prominent keywords which are associated with this relevant results. Okay, those resultant query keywords will be taken into consideration, and the initial query will be fine-tuned based upon the current keywords that we have fetched from the relevant results. That is how relevance feedback will work. I will just show you the architecture of this. Okay, so now you see over this example, let's complete this. Okay, initially we have given a query for site for buyer for what is it, bike. Okay, we have given it for bike. Okay, and later we are finding some relevant results and not relevant results. Now after this relevance feedback, what is relevance feedback? Feedback is nothing but you are judging the results. Yes, this is relevant result that I am looking for. This is not relevant, which I am not looking for. Okay, so in this way you are going to find the results, and after fine tuning your resultant value, okay, based upon the relevance feedback, now you're fine tuning the results as you're getting some results which are completely relevant to your search result. Okay, so this is how your relevance feedback will work. Okay, so now we'll go for the architecture of relevance feedback. Okay, so there will be user, an online user. He is making use of any um, search engine. Okay, and the input is going to be an input string, or it can be an image. Okay, it can be any input query string. He has input query string relevant to search for some images, videos. Okay, even with the images, the caption will be available. Am I right? You may think like, ma'am, I will just copy paste the image. How it will work? Okay, so obviously the image will be also having a caption. Okay, so that will be helpful for retrieving the document. Okay, so our basic assumption of this relevance feedback architecture is you'll be having a query string as an input. Okay, it will be given to your search engine, that is the information retrieval system. IR means information retrieval. Okay, so the information retrieval will have its set of inputs from several sources. One is document corpus. Okay, so it is like a library, like a Wikipedia. Okay, we have several taxonomy of items to be, okay, organized as a form of document. Okay, that will be available in this library. Document corpus will be there, and then it will be retrieving some documents. Okay, it will be retrieving the documents initially. Okay, that is ranked document. Okay, and later, okay, the user will examine the results. Okay, he will examine the results and he will give the feedback. What is the feedback? Yes, these documents, document 1 is not relevant. Document 1 is not relevant. Document 2 is relevant. Document 3 is not relevant. Okay, like that, the user will be giving the relevance and non-relevance judgment on the retrieved documents which are previously initially ranked by the IR system. Okay, now by taking into our relevant and non-relevant consideration, okay, Now what we are going to do, we are going to reformulate the query itself. Okay, for example, if I'm giving you a simple keyword, okay, Apple is the keyword that I am looking for. I'm looking for Apple products. Okay, so it may judge the search engine will take the gadget, okay, the relevant to the products which have been developed by Apple. Okay, in addition, I'm getting some results about Kashmir apple fruit. Okay, the price of apple per kg. Okay, like that, I'm getting some irrelevant results also. Okay, it is not wrong because I'm having the keyword apple and the uh, search results are being given to me. Okay, that have been generated, which is relevant to apple, which represents the fruit that also is being identified. Now, based upon the relevance and non-relevance feedback, okay, you are going to reformulate the query itself. Don't give Apple product, okay, find out some other terminology, some other keyword, okay, which will narrow down and precisely identify the products which have been released by Apple Inc. Okay, like that you can reformulate the query itself. Don't think you are reformulating the results instantly. You are reformulating your search key. This initial search string you are giving, right? This query itself is getting reformulated. That is called as feedback, relevance feedback model. Okay. Now the revised query is once again uh, sent into our IR system. Okay, once again it is what it is doing, it is re-ranking the documents by taking into consideration the non-relevant pages will be omitted and only the relevant pages and other relevant pages which are relevant to our revised query will also be considered. Once again the feedback will be taken. So in this way it will be keep on iterating. Okay, once the user where this particular relevance feedback architecture will stop. Okay, so in case if the user is providing all the web pages that he is looking for is identified to be relevant. Okay, but it is possible whether for example if I'm finding some 10 pages, each page is having some 15 website links which I am looking for. Okay, if the user is identified to be satisfied with the content that he is looking for in the first two pages, okay, so first page contains some 10 results, second page contains some 10 results, third page contains, so I have some n number of pages which contains the search results relevant to Apple products. Okay, now the user is getting satisfied in the first page itself. Okay, and he is identifying all the items that he is looking for example from Apple products it is moving into Amazon website where he can place an order for an Apple product. Okay, so like this if the user is getting satisfied and he's keep on moving with his work, okay, so that he is not again rephrasing the query, he is not giving any other relevance or non-relevance feedback and he is carried away with his search result and he is done with it, this relevance feedback will stop. But practically, okay, when we are looking into some Google search engine and if you are doing this, okay, we will not encounter this relevance feedback system actually. In some places, even if you are making use of like Google Maps or something like that, it will be asking you some queries like whether this is the place that you are visiting this particular supermarket, whether this is exactly in the left side or right side. Okay, so these are all some of the crowdsourcing information that Google is getting from us. Okay, that is another form of relevance feedback. Okay, but this type of relevance feedback was initially they have used this for fine tuning the search results of search engines. Okay, so this is the architecture. Now I think we will move on with this how this relevance feedback will work. Okay, so I hope I have given you what is relevance feedback. We'll see what this relevance feedback is made up of. Okay, so this is a form of information retrieval system. Okay, we have three types of relevance feedback system is available. One of its type is explicit feedback. Okay, what is this explicit feedback is from the online users. Okay, the people who access the um, information retrieval system. Okay, the feedback will be obtained from the person who are accessing the information retrieval system to obtain the relevance, okay, to obtain the relevance of the document which is retrieved for a given query. Okay, so the users will be interpreting to give the relevance judgments. Like it will be a binary, whether it is relevant or not relevant, or otherwise it will be like grading. Like how will you rate this particular web page which is retrieved from our IR system? Okay, rate it from 0 to 5. 0 means it is totally not relevant. 5 means it is highly relevant. Like that, you will be getting some feedback from the people who are accessing the IR system. Okay, in order to provide some good relevance feedback, that is called as explicit feedback. Okay, we have an algorithm, that is a Rocio algorithm. Okay, that we will see in our class. Okay, Rocio algorithm is a well-known algorithm for relevance feedback information based upon the judgments from the users. Another type of feedback system is implicit feedback system. Okay, so implicit feedback system is like, I will not get any feedback, or I will not ask the online users to judge the document. Instead, you will be analyzing the analyzing the behavior of the users who are searching for who are searching and you making use of the IR system. Okay, so how you will infer the user behavior. Okay, I'm not asking you to find whether it is a relevant web page or not relevant web page. Okay, but I will infer the user behavior. Okay, like how many web pages they are selecting. For example, I have some 10 web links which are being displayed in my search result. Okay, I will just check whether they select or they do not select the particular web pages, how much duration they spend on a particular web page. Okay, how many times they are scrolling the web page. Okay, and what is their browsing pattern, whether they are changing the keyword. Okay, so based upon the user behavior, okay, we will be getting the feedback implicitly. Okay, implicitly means it is like based upon measuring how long a particular user spends viewing a particular page which is linked to the search keywords that they are looking for. Okay, so based upon those indicators, like how much time they spend, how far, how many web links they are visiting and non-visiting among the pages which is displayed, what is their browsing pattern, how many times they are scrolling, whether they are coming back to the same page once again for a given period of time. Okay, based upon those indicators, okay, you will try to improve the feedback mechanism. Okay, and another type of feedback is blind feedback or pseudo feedback. Okay, so what is this blind feedback or pseudo feedback? Okay, so you will be taking randomly some relevant pages among the top K web pages. Okay, and you will identify those documents. Okay, and you will compute the term frequency and inverse document frequency, and you will perform a process called as query expansion. Okay, so the query has been in the first step. Okay, in this relevance feedback, you have tried to modify the query. That is the thing happened. But here in this pseudo feedback, what you will be doing is you will perform query expansion. Okay, in order to add some more terms with the query, like a thesaurus. Okay, finding some alternative words for the query that will exactly find out the content that you are looking for from a IR system. Okay, so that is the concept behind this blind or pseudo feedback. Explicit is what? Explicit means from the online users you will be getting the feedback, judgments will be taken, and you will be um, um, modifying the query. Implicit feedback means how much time they spend on a particular web page, their scrolling pattern, their browsing pattern, visiting, non-visiting web links, everything will be accounted. You will not disturb the online user. Instead, you will be monitoring his activity, and based on his behavior, you will be getting the relevance feedback. And this pseudo feedback is like you will be identifying the randomly you will pick up some web pages and you will identify those pages as relevant, and you will apply some indicative parameters like a term frequency, inverse document frequency, in order to expand the query. Expanding means finding some alternative terms like using thesaurus, okay, like thesaurus, in order to find the most relevant documents. Okay, so this is the concept behind relevance feedback. Okay, so now we'll go for an algorithm. Okay, so how this relevance feedback will work? You see over here, the first step is the user issues a short, simple query. That is the first step of relevance feedback. The second step is the user will mark some of the results as relevant and non-relevant. Okay, and the third step is, okay, the system will fine tune the representation of the information based upon the feedback which is obtained by the system. Okay, and then the fourth step is relevant feedback can go through one or more iteration until it is finding a satisfied result and a satisfied feedback that is relevance from the online user. Okay, so this is the steps behind this relevance feedback. Okay, so now I will go with the representation of this. Okay, so let assume that X is the, I'll go with this. Okay, initial query has been issued to a IR system. IR system in the mean, I'm just here referring it as search engine. Okay, the initial query has been issued to the IR system. Okay, now you're finding the initial query is marked in red color. Okay, it can be some keyword. It can be some keyword which is plotted in the plane. Okay, it has been plotted in the plane. So this is going to be the initial query that I am issuing. Okay, so it has been marked as a data point. Okay, so now the IR system is retrieving the results which are being shown here. All these things are being, the entire plot that has been given here, this boundary is going to be your result which has been generated by your IR system. Okay, so now the point is you're finding non-relevant document and relevant document. This is obvious. Surely you will find some relevant document and you will find non-relevant document also. Okay, so let me assume these are all non-relevant document which I got. Okay, and then I am finding some relevant documents also. Okay, majority I am finding some non-relevant, few items are going to be relevant. Now what is our idea behind this relevance feedback system? You will be getting the feedback. Okay, all the documents are being identified and the online user has judged the document as non-relevant and relevant document. Okay, this initial query is basically some text. Okay, now based upon the relevance that you got, relevance feedback you obtained from the user, you're going to fine tune your query, you're going to revise the query. Okay, the revised query should have the keyword, okay, which is prominent across the relevant document, not among the non-relevant document. Okay, that is the implementation of this relevance feedback system. You see over here, I can find most of these places are being non-relevant. That means the keywords which have been available in this particular search query, okay, is not going to be the it's not going to retrieve the item that is relevant for me. But you look over this particular place, I'm finding some queries, finding some documents which have been most relevant. So I am changing the initial query. It means I'm just modifying my query as a revised query which contains the keyword which do exist, okay, which has very less distance. Okay, let me compute the distance function between those relevant document and the revised query, so that the distance between these documents are going to be very less. That means they are closely, they have been connected. Okay, so I am fine tuning the revised query, okay, from the initial query, so that this newly arrived revised query will contains the string, contains the keyword, okay, contains the term, okay, which is prominently available in the relevant query, and also the distance function will compute very close distance between the revised query and the relevant document in the given plane. Okay, so that is how you have to modify the initial query to revised query. Now what will happen? Revised query has been given. Now if I search for this revised query has become the newly initial query. New query means what will happen? It will obviously find the documents, okay, which is most relevant to this particular revised query, and now these all non-relevant documents will get eliminated in the next iteration, and the most relevant document associated with this revised query will be generated, and those will be listed in your search result. Okay, so that is the idea behind this relevance feedback system. Okay, so initial query you see over here, I think the same thing is given here. I have an initial query over here, okay, and based upon the documents which are retrieved, the online user is judging relevant, not relevant, relevant, not relevant. Okay, so now you're going to perform the reformulated query, that is revised query. Okay, so which will provide you the optimal results that you're looking for. So this will iteratively go until the maximum number of documents that is retrieved is going to be relevant document. Okay, so you see over here, we do have a simple representation of plane. Okay, so the documents which are relevant to cat is going to be available in this particular plane. Okay, the document which is relevant to dogs, okay, for the keyword dogs is going to get available over here. Okay, so now I am searching for a new keyword, canine. Okay, so this particular term is also going to be a kind of dog. Okay, even if you search for this, you can find it over here. Okay, if you search for this, it is also a variety of dog. Okay, now how you can get the feedback for this particular query? Okay, canine is a type of a dog. Okay, so now how to do that? You just go for it. Okay, you can find several documents which are associated with canine, which do exist, and it get into relevance which is dog and which is not relevant with respect to cat. Now we can fine tune this particular document, okay, by doing this relevance feedback. You see over here, if you are going to fine tune your query, reformulate your query as not as canine but also as dog. If you add the keyword dog also along with it, because it is actually a variety of dog that you are looking for, okay, so that you can find out the relevant document, okay, which is very closely associated with the dog, not with the cat. Okay, so this type of results can be identified after this relevance feedback. They have given this as a pictorial representation. You can just go through that. Okay, so you see over here, the initial query is going for, we'll take one example, new space satellite applications. Okay, some 8 results are being obtained over here. Now I am asking the online user to judge which are the documents which is most relevant to your search and what are the documents which is not relevant to your search. Okay. So the user is marking plus, that is positive feedback, minus, that is negative feedback. Okay. Plus means it is relevant, negative means not relevant. You see over here, the user is judging first document, second document, and eighth document as the relevant document, and all others are not relevant document. Okay. So based upon the terms that you have identified in the first, second, and eighth document, you are identifying the terms, okay, which are prominent in those documents, and you are identifying its weight. How to find out the weights? Using the term frequency and inverse document frequency calculation, you're finding the values for the terms that have the prominent existence in those documents. And now you are fine tuning the document. Okay, so you are fine tuning the document. Okay, first is document, second document, and eighth document. Based upon this document, the terms that do exist in this document, okay, based on that you can fine tune the query and you can expand this particular query. Okay, so this is how your relevance feedback will work. Okay, so now we will see how the computation can be done. Okay, we are given some documents, how you can perform the computation, we can see. So how much time we have? We have 10 minutes we have. Okay, so the key concept behind this relevance feedback is you have to find the centroid. Okay, given some documents which are represented in a space, okay, you have to find the centroid of the given set of documents. That will be the first task that we have to do. Okay, the next task is we are going to find out the relevance of the documents by making use of the algorithm. This is actually explicit feedback algorithm. The algorithm name is Rocio algorithm. Okay, Rocio algorithm. So this algorithm uses the vector space model to identify the relevance feedback query. Okay, so you're finding the centroid of the given document, and based upon the centroid of the given document, you're finding the distance using cosine similarity. You're finding the distance between the given query and the document which is um, retrieved from the IR system, and you're finding the difference between the document which is relevant and the document which is not relevant. Okay, in that based upon this calculation, you're finding the optimal query which needs to get refined. That is the idea behind this Rocio algorithm. So what you are going to do is You are getting some results. You have an initial query. Okay. Now you are going to optimize that particular query by computing the difference between the relevant document and non-relevant document. How you are finding the document as relevant document? The document which are closely nearer to the query is called as the relevant document. That is, Q is the initial query and this is going to be the centroid. Okay, centroid with which that particular document is going to do exist. Okay, and then you are going to find the difference between that and the maximum value that that given documents that do have will be identified to be the optimal query. Okay, so now in order to separate this particular document to have a clarity over here, you are finding that optimal query, okay, by dividing it by 1 divided by centroid. Since we are finding the maximum of it, practically finding it for some millions and millions of document is not possible. So we are trying to fine tune it. Okay, 1 divided by CR, that is going to be the centroid value. Okay, it is going to be the summation of the document which is relevant. This is going to be your relevant. Okay, minus the documents which are not relevant. Okay, so we are trying to normalize it by divided by the centroid value. Okay, so I'll just show you one example. Okay, uh, we have another formula for this Roche algorithm. Okay, we have this relevant and non-relevant. So this is going to be your relevant. Okay, and this is going to be your non-relevant. Okay, I'll just make use of this formula to explain you. Okay, this Roche algorithm that we have seen before it, right? Okay, it is subtracting from difference between the relevant and non-relevant. Okay, they have fine-tuned this by including the initial query also. Okay, so Q naught is the initial query. Okay, and then we do have 3 parameters. One is alpha, beta and gamma. Okay, alpha, beta and gamma are going to be the values that it takes, okay, in order to find out the vector for the original query and the vector for the positive feedback and vector for initial query, because we always make use of this type of hyperparameters in order to boost up the results. We should not make the results to get into 0, or it should not end up with some negative values. Okay, so we always make use of these parameters like alpha, beta, gamma as a vector value, which is a non-zero value, in order to find the modified query. Okay, which should be some sort of relevant feedback query should be modified, but it should not be a 0. That means 0 means there should not be any such case in your using this Roche algorithm where the modified result is some null value. Okay, in order to avoid that, we are making use of this hyperparameters. Okay, these are all vector values which takes a value which is a non-zero value. Okay, so now I'll just explain this and we will see an example of this and we'll solve one problem using this. DR is the documents which are identified and judged as relevant documents. Okay. DNR is the set of documents which are identified to be non-relevant documents which is judged. Okay. Q naught is going to be the initial query. Okay. QR is going to be the initial query. Q naught is the initial query. Now QM is going to be the modified query. Okay, modified query means the query which got fine tuned. Okay, and then alpha, beta, gamma are going to be the weights or vectors which we will set empirically. That is, manually you can set that value, but it should not be a 0 value. It should be a non-zero value. That is the idea behind this. Okay. So now using this, we will solve one simple problem. Okay. So I have a vocabulary which I am going to search for. This is the initial query, Q naught. Okay, see here, Q naught is given to you. Okay, you have to convert this. This is going to be the vocabulary that I do have. Okay, in this vocabulary, I'm going to make use of this query Q naught. Okay, Q naught is going to be 1, 1. That means run cat is going to be the query that I'm initially giving to the IR system. Okay. Now the documents which got retrieved is going to be 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. That means 2 represents the vocabulary run. Next 2 represents 2 times line. Next time 1 is 1 time cat. So from the retrieved document I can find out these results. Okay, and I am judging some of the documents as non-relevant. And what is the vector values for that? I am identifying over there. Okay, so 2 run, 1 cat, and 3 program. Okay, so this is identified as not relevant. This is going to be relevant, and this is going to be the initial query. Now, what is the question is, you have to find the modified query vector values. Okay, using Roche algorithm. Okay, that is the question given to you. We know the formula for that. What is the modified value for that? See over here, we are assuming the value of alpha and beta as 0.5. Okay, I think we will have alpha, beta, and gamma also we do have. Okay, so we have alpha. See here, they are not considering gamma. They are considering only alpha and beta. See, sometimes they will be giving only alpha and beta. Sometimes they will be giving alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay, if they are giving only an alpha and beta, use this for positive, that is relevance, and negative, and beta for negative. Okay, if they are giving alpha, beta, and gamma, you use alpha for initial query and beta for positive and gamma for negative feedback. Okay, say you substitute in the formula which has been given to you. Okay, that is the Q naught. Alpha is going to be 1.0, so you just make the value alpha over here and beta over here. Okay, and then what we are going to do over here is Q naught, and find out what are all the relevance which have been given, relevant document and non-relevant document. Okay, so you assume if the number of documents has been explicitly specified, then you can give the value for relevant and non-relevant. In this case, they are finding some relevant document and non-relevant document, but the number of relevant document and number of non-relevant document is not given. Only the count of the vocabulary has been given, so you don't want to worry about the denominator. You just assume the value of relevant or non-relevant as 1 and 1, and you just ignore that. Okay, so you see over here what is Q naught. Q naught is 10100. So you just write it over this, and then what is the alpha value? 1.0. So you just place it over here, alpha multiplied by what are the relevant document vocabulary, you just make it over here, and minus what is the non-relevant weight value, 0.5 multiplied by the what, the non-relevant document vector value. So you just do with 1 plus 2 minus 0.5 multiplied by 2. Okay, so you just find that you can find, get the value as 2. In the same way, 0 plus, you just multiply this into, you just multiply this inside these vector values, and you can compute it for the first vector, second vector, third vector, fourth vector, and fifth vector. Okay, now you can what is this? This is the modified query that you got. You ignore the negative value because it is a non-relevant vocabulary, which means you see over here, program is going to be the term which is identified to be a non-relevant value, non-relevant vocabulary. Okay, so now our new query contains run, lion, and cat. Initially it was run and cat. Okay, now we have changed as run, lion, and cat, and it is being specifically, our results show that program term has a very negative feedback relevance with respect to the document. So it should be ignored. The term program is no way relevant to our run, lion, run cat document, so it should be ignored. So now our fine-tuned query is run lion and cat. Okay, so this is going to be the new modified query based upon the relevant and non-relevant feedback. Okay, so dear students, I will stop here. We will see some other examples. Okay, we have a small problem also. We do have here, based upon some problems, how to find out the modified query using this Roche algorithm. We will see in the next class. Okay, I hope I give you enough idea behind this relevance feedback. Okay, I'll stop recording. If you have any doubts, you can unmute.